Hi everyone, welcome to lesson 3 of your beginning watercolor journey. I'm hoping that you are enjoying these as much as I'm enjoying creating them. I'm having so much fun. Today, look what I got. I finally got the brushes in the mail that you all have. So now we're all twins, yay. Let's get started. Today we're going to paint something you see every single day, but we're going to learn how to look at it through an artist's eye. Are you ready? Let's paint some clouds. First of all, I'm going to open my brushes. These took forever to get to me, and I could not find them locally, so I did have to order them online. But they just took their own sweet time. Now, when you get a brush, these are covers that are put in there to protect them during shipping. I don't save those. So in your set, you should have the number 6. And number 4, these might be kind of hard to see because they're white on tan, but number 6 and number 4 and a 3/4 inch flat. This is called a stroke brush, and these are round. I love these when you're just starting out because they really get you familiar with the brushes, not just by feel, but by name and what they look like. So without further ado, let's open up our paints. We've still got our Winsor Newton set. I think I'm going to set this here where you guys can see it. Lean it up against my paintbrushes there. Well, maybe I'll just lay it down. There we go. And I've already got, we're using our Paul Rubens cold press block. I've already got it taped off just with some washi tape. You can use painter's tape or washi tape. They're really widely available. And let's open this up because today we're going to start with our larger brush. When you first use your brushes, they do have a sizing in them, so you do need to get it wet and kind of work it on the towel a little bit, your paper towel, just to make sure that it's not real stiff. Okay, what we're gonna do is get our paper completely wet. You don't even need to have a drawing for this one. While I'm doing this, just wetting the paper, I'm gonna put up a picture of some clouds, and I just want you to notice the colors that we see. You know, if you ask someone, what color are clouds? Of course, you're going to want to say they're white. But actually, when we look, and I'm talking kind of, you know, atmospheric clouds, there's a lot of colors in there. There's pink, yellow, gray, sometimes even some browns, purples. But what we're going to do today is use our primaries. We're going to use red, yellow, and blue and make a sky with some nice clouds. So let's get to it. The picture I've chosen for us today is clouds above a beach. And, you know, there's a lot going on in the photo. We don't have to do all of those things, but I do want to use it for the reference because I really love the clouds. We have a light portion over here on the left third, and then we've got a horizon line. Let's start by putting in that horizon line, and I'm going to use Prussian blue to do that. So I'm just going into my palette with that, sorry, my phone cord's in the way there. And we're just going to draw a very, I was gonna say thin, but kind of a straight horizon line there. We wanna leave space for our sunset. And since this part down here is gonna be water, let's just use what we've got on our brush and kind of make those lines come in. Now that's enough. We don't need to do a whole bunch. I'm gonna just bring the water all the way in. We're not gonna worry about the sand and the waves crashing right now. There's, what is that? I guess it's just the shore. If you're having trouble making a straight horizon line, which it looks like I am, what you can do beforehand is to get a ruler out and draw a pencil line, but there we go. All right, now you notice I left some white down there as well. And now I'm going to go in with the ultramarine to do the sky on top, and that is your other blue here. This is the Prussian blue that we use in the ocean. Now we're going to use the ultramarine here for the sky. And we want to leave some of it open. Kind of keep the V going over this point right here. And keep that darkest pigment toward the top. All right, now if you look closely at the horizon there is a bit of orange right along the line where the sea touches the sky. So let's put that in. That is right here, we're using this. It is the cadmium red hue. We want to brush it away from that light center because we want the darker parts to be away from the light. And then we can bring that down into the water just a little, not a lot, just some. And let's mix that over here. Let's mix some of that cadmium red with the Prussian blue over here on our palette and just get just a tiny bit of gray. You see how that the blue and the red there, it mixes a gray? That is what we're going to use to start our clouds here. So we'll put some shadows in there, a little bit up here. I need to mix a little bit more than that. I'll get some more water on my brush. I'd like for you to use a stroke brush as much as you can. Here it is now, it's kind of a grayish purple. Let's mix some of that in there too. These big flat brushes are so good because they give you so many different opportunities of things that you can paint, because you can make fine lines, you can do big washes. There's just a lot that you can do with these. All right, now we've got just maybe a little bit of yellow. I'm going to go in with a lemon yellow. We'll get a little small puddle of that over here. And let's add that in down here. And then I'm going to make it very, very thin with a lot of water. And I'm going to fill in this space here. Like so, and then watch what I'm going to do. Take a paper towel and just gently blot it up so that it's barely there. All right, now one thing we can see is we can definitely see that the horizon does connect there, and it's kind of a brown. So let's go into that burnt sienna. And we'll mix that in with this gray mix that we have over here, and that ought to tone that brightness down. Perfect. And let's get that strip of land or whatever that is along the horizon right here. Now all of these parts over here where I missed, I can go ahead and add in just a little bit of interest just to kind of fill that in. I'm going to leave those open spaces white. And now this is somewhat dry, but it's still damp. So let's take some more of that Prussian blue. And this time I'm going to mix in a touch of the burnt sienna. And that's going to give me kind of a nice sea green, like a tealy shade. And let's get the darkest parts of the water. And remember to leave a strip for your sun to come through. And then I'm going to go back into just a plain Prussian blue. I've got a new spot here that I'm mixing a little puddle of Prussian blue. And I'm going to lighten it up with a touch of the ultramarine. So somewhere in between those two colors. And let's put that in the very front here. Just one little line. And then with a wet brush, we're going to spread that out. All right, now we're going to let this dry, and then when it's dry, we'll come back and take a look at it and see if it needs any tweaking. Okay, that's had time to dry, and first and foremost, I hope you'll notice that there's been a color shift. That's very normal with watercolor. It always dries a couple shades lighter. So let's just kind of punch this up a little bit. I have a number 4 round and a number 6 round. Not too much sizing in either one, actually, so they're just pretty much good to go. I'm going to go in with my number 4 round and try and define this horizon just a little bit more. And that we're going to do with some burnt sienna. And we can still use this place on our palette where we did the other mixing. And let's add a touch of that Prussian blue. There we go. That's a nice, good brown land color. And let's just get our horizon line in here. And the part where the sun is, I'm just going to kind of dot that in, kind of have a broken line. And now with some more of the Prussian blue. And this time let's add some of that burnt umber to get it really dark, but I want to keep it in the blue. So this is a very dark teal. We're going to add just a little bit of mountains back here. We'll just pretend because we don't have any. But we're going to pretend there's a landmass back here. Trying to leave the orange showing just a little bit on the top. And then we're going to come down to that line where the brown was. And then it looks like we might have some more land here. These little points where I'm pushing up with my brush might be trees, some kind of a far off, distant land, another shore. But I hope you can see I'm leaving that orange up above. Varying the height of my little trees here, but trying to leave that orange exposed as much as I can. And then we'll also come over this line that we did very, very lightly, barely letting my brush touch the paper. And there's our horizon line. That really made that pop, didn't it? And let's get just a few dark waves in. Let's go get that good puddle of Prussian blue again. And I'm going to pick up some of that burnt sienna to get that nice tealy green. There we go. That's a beautiful ocean color. And I'm still using my number 4. So I notice on our painting where the wave is breaking across here, it is just a little bit darker. So right across the top of this line right here, that's where we're going to go. And you just want to vary the pressure of your line. We'll come through the sun just a little here. And what I mean by vary the pressure of the line is I'm moving my hand to the left now, but I'm going to push, lift up, push, and lift up. And then we might have another little wave back here. Maybe another one down here. And we want to leave this white space for the highlights on the water. Let's see. Water's always darkest toward far away from us, so we'll put some more back here. A little closer together. That'll give us that illusion of being darker behind as it goes away from us. But I'm thinking we might just about be done here. Let's do one little puddle of ultramarine, very light. And we'll just do a few right here at the front, just to add some interest there. And we can vary it up. Let's put a couple back here. All right, my friends, let's get this dried. I'm gonna keep this heat on it so that the tape comes off very easily. You know, this is one of my favorite parts, seeing that crisp white border. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited about this one. Look how nice that turned out. Look at that. Doesn't that just look there? That can be your screensaver. You can take a picture of this and put it up on your TV, and of course your own painting, not mine, but then you can watch it and have it be your screensaver. Oh my gosh, I just love the way that turned out so much, and I hope you guys really enjoy playing with the paint, mixing those colors. It's just so fun and so easy to do, and these paints are really going to give you a nice, vibrant sunset. So don't forget to sign your work. I just put my first name in the year, and there you go. I feel like we need to have our toes in the sand and a drink in our hand. Take care, you guys. Thanks so much for painting with me today. I hope you enjoyed making the sunset. See you next week for lesson number 4. Bye.